to Saturday Morning Momentum, episode 15. And I am being joined by all these lovely ladies, Lori, Jen, Lee, and Liz. For anyone who's been here from the beginning, I don't need to give an introduction to these wonderful ladies because they have been with me. We're supporting each other. They're supporting you. And we are here yet again to hold each other accountable, tell ourselves to give each other grace when we fall short, or we think we fall short. That's the issue. We think we fall short. But we're doing what we can to be productive and just, have happier lives, I guess, overall. So welcome to anyone who is new to Saturday Morning Momentum. Welcome. Introduce yourself in the chat. Let us know what you're up to. If you have any questions about what this is all about, put them in the chat. Either one of us will answer that for you, or one of our friends in the chat will do that. And if you're watching on replay, thank you as well. We appreciate you. And let us know what you got up to on the replay if you want to share. So hello, ladies. Good morning.
Good morning.
So how did your week go, Lori?
It was pretty good. I was productive, a little more focused. I had some great client activity until Friday the 13th when people just didn't show up. It's like, what happened? I didn't schedule this for you. But 2 people did not show up on Friday, which was weird. But anyway, it was a good week, and I got some reading done, and yeah, I feel pretty good about it.
Excellent. How about you, Jen? How was your week?
It was kind of like getting back from vacation, sort of the post-vacation blahs. But I did have a therapy appointment Wednesday, so that was helpful. And then also Wednesday afternoon, I went with one of my older daughters who's getting married in October for her final fitting for her dress. Everything is altered. They had it pinned. It looks great, so they'll do it, and that'll be done. So that was fun. And I've been working on some Vember stuff, and also prepping for a special event coming up. The announcement goes up tomorrow. So that's been in the works. And then yesterday I went all out for Friday the 13th, watched a bunch of the movies. Hermie at the Book Hermit had a watch party for the original. So I rewatched that, and it was so much fun because some people had never seen the original. The killer was revealed at the end. They were like, what? Who? And it was so much fun. I love watching it, watching stuff with people who haven't seen it before, and there's like a big shock,
Yeah.
So, this week was really a little bit of prepping for stuff, but a lot of just practicing some self-care, which I knew I would need after the vacation that I had, because you always get down a little bit. So that was what I did.
Excellent. How about you, Liz? How was your week?
Overall, it was good. It definitely started off very positive, very productive, and then it was sort of like a steady decline. Definitely had a Friday the 13th. I'm sure some of you out there can relate.
Yeah.
But overall, it was good. I got to spend a lot of time with the people that I love the most, so that was great. I did get my goals accomplished. That was great. But it just wasn't as much as I hoped to do. But that's okay.
Well, and it was a full moon too on Wednesday. It was like
there was something happening this week. People lost their minds and were just a lot.
How about you, Lee? How was your week?
You know what? I didn't think it was good, but I got stuff done, just not the things I planned on getting done. So of course I was getting down on myself about that a lot. But I did get stuff done, just not the things I expected to get done, which was fine. And then, for yesterday, I went down the Jersey Shore. I already had that planned, was going to have a good time. And there was a cosplay Jason Voorhees down there. And, of course, he got drunk and threw up and got arrested because that's what would happen.
Oh my goodness.
He couldn't handle it, and then it
was memorable.
Yes, right. You'll remember that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I understand how you feel about that, though, Lee, because, sometimes it's like you have these plans and, you just don't expect things to come up. It's like, I think that's one reason why, Laura Vandekam always says to leave some blocks of time open in your schedule in case something comes up, then you could kind of shift if it's possible to do that. If it's a scheduled appointment, you can't always do that kind of thing. But my week went pretty well. I got things done, not necessarily on the days that I had originally scheduled them. So I'm glad I kept my blocks of time open. I just, almost finished with OT, and I'm going to be glad when that is over, because even though it's only, 30 to 40 minutes in the morning, it's the fact that I have to physically go somewhere. So sometimes it kind of breaks my day up. Or starts my day off on that. And then when I get back, I don't know. I don't know why it's hard for me to get into a rhythm if I don't start off at home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And have something to do later in the afternoon. But overall, pretty good. I met with the Columbia Theater on Wednesday. And basically the vague thing they wanted to talk to me about was basically subbing for a friend of mine that works in the educational outreach. She's an actress and she's also a director, and she's just been doing a lot. I don't know how she does it, honestly, because she's, connected to about 3 different theaters, and I think she might even be directing and acting in Oklahoma right now, which is in Baton Rouge, but she's like all over the place, doing things. So they, at the Columbia, Jim and Angel, who I met with, want to kind of lighten that load if she's involved in something and it falls during whenever they're doing the educational outreach for shows with the local schools. So I told him, I said, I wouldn't mind doing it. I think it would be awesome to have something to do that's connected to the theater. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like my theater family, I guess. But I couldn't guarantee, because I don't know what's going to happen once the fall comes. I don't know if I'm going to be working. I have no idea. So I told them if I'm available, I'll be glad to do it. But they're going to have a couple of other people that they're reaching out to. And it made me feel good because they said I was the first one that came to mind. And so they wanted to make sure. So I said, well, that makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. And then Jim invited me to go this coming week to the reading of a play that they're going to be doing. It's going to be young cast, but it's called The Graveyard Girls, and it's going to be like a spooky play that they're going to be doing with Tommy Jameson, who's a playwright that comes in, and he's written some plays specifically for the Columbia. And so I'm going to go to the readings Monday night and Tuesday night, and they're like, maybe you could give us some horror insight or something like that. But I thought that was nice to be invited to do that as well. So, yep, that's my week. I forgot to give myself a gold star for my scrapbooking, because I've been working and prepping and getting ready. So very, very excited. So let's see how everybody is doing today. We have a small group with us this morning. Yeah. Swank says, Happy World Blood Donor Day, Happy Monkey Around Day, Happy Pop Goes the Weasel Day, and boot the like button. Thank you, Swank. And good morning, Chris Wildfire. How are you? Wishing all of us hello. And Lori's doing highs for us. It's a full house. I love it. Yes, I do too. How are you this morning, Jamie? And yeah, the movie Watch Along with Hermie was fun, and it's been cloudy every night, so I haven't seen the moon yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the moon yesterday through the trees. It was kind of ominous because Bailey woke me up at 2:00 in the morning. So it was just and then, of course, I'm scanning the yard for Jason Voorhees. I
just did that too. Twice she woke me up in the middle of the night, and I was like, "What do you want from me?" And she was like, "I don't know."
I know. It's something else. At 2:00, and then it was 4:50. I'm like, really, Bailey? Come on, Bailey, please. But anyway, we do not have a really big house today, so we might get in and out today.
Jason got everybody.
Right?
I know everybody's hung over from the Jason, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I did drink 2 cocktails, like one yesterday afternoon and then one last night, but that was it. I was like, I'm not, I learned my lesson after the flaming zombie cocktail. So I'm like, pace myself. Don't
Well-
go forward. I did make s'mores and popcorn too. So like I said, I just went all out. That's
Yeah.
all.
That sounds fun. It does sound fun. Now, we failed again with our Jason Voorhees shot, but I thought about you, Jen, because every year we're missing something. Well, so we get all the ingredients out, and the rum chata that we had, my husband says it smells kind of weird. I'm like, well, I have no idea what rum chata smells like, so I don't know. I look at the bottle, it's expired by 2 years. I'm like, I'm not doing it because there's like a dairy component to it. So I'm like, I'm not dying over rum chata. So, then we had blue raspberry. We were supposed to have blue raspberry mix. And we had a difficult time finding that the first time we tried to make this thing. I guess we thought we found it. It was not. It was blue raspberry vodka. So you had vodka, and then my husband was going to try to do a rum chata substitute. So then you had the rum and then this blue raspberry vodka.
Okay.
So he tasted, he says, I think we need to put an ice cube in this. It's kind of hot. And I'm like, what do you mean? So I tasted, I'm like, oh no. Oh, no. I will not be able to drink this. My stomach will be on fire. So we dumped it down the drain, and I said, you know what? I'm going to drink my Calypso Colada, which is my go-to drink every year that I cannot make the shot.
Good on you for being smart enough and not just doing it anyway like I did, being like, I made this, I have to drink it. It's never worth it.
But not only that, because he used this organic half and half combined with the rum and the whatever you call
My
it.
stomach is hurting even just thinking about that.
I know.
It was like separating. So and I'm like, I said, that doesn't even look good. Even after I stir it still doesn't look good.
I was purging the pantry a month or so ago, and I decided to purge the alcohol cabinet just to check and see what was in there. And those kids, because I don't drink a lot of that sweet stuff anymore, because obviously I'm a diabetic, so I can't, and I'd love to, but I can't. So I started smelling all of these, cream Baileys and Bailey's this and rum chata and all this stuff, and I'm pouring it all down the drain. And I texted all of them and I said, there will no longer be a stash of cream alcohol in my house. If it expires, I'm not buying it for you.
Right.
Right.
And they were like, okay. So they still have their whiskey and they still have their gin and they still have everything. But I was like, nope, no, we are not doing this.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's not destined for me to have this drink. Maybe the universe is telling me it's not a really great tasting drink to begin with. Just move on. I have no idea. No idea. So, Lori, what are your plans for Power Hour today?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So I'm in a new room today. I'm in the room we call the studio. So my partner has a desk behind me, which is also a bit cluttered. And I don't even want to show you mine because it's just awful. But this is my creative scrapbooking, whatever desk that I do things at. And I have not been in this room to do anything creatively except dump stuff on this desk since last summer. It's been a year. I just realized because I found things that I was going to do that said they were 2024. So I am going to, I'm going to clear the decks here. I'm going to throw away the trash. It's all paper trash, but still, and I'm just going to get this to where, because I want to get back to some of that. I want to get back to more creativity, and I can't do it right now because I just have all this stuff.
Oh, so I identify 100% with that.
That's today. Yeah.
How about you, Jen? Which on your agenda?
I am going to fold and put away more laundry because it never ends. And then I'm going to make the list of my favorite books like mid-year for a video coming out hopefully next week. I got to just narrow down my mid-year favorites. I'm going to try to keep it to 10, but not rank them yet, just make it a little bit easier. So that's my plan. Yeah,
you're on fire with your content, I have to tell you. You are on fire. So lots of gold stars for you. I know you feel like you're not, but you
really
have
are.
been consistent, and creating. Like, I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you. It's a cope. I mean, I guess I'm going to self-deprecate, but a lot of it is like a coping mechanism because I don't want to focus on everything that's happening in reality right now. So I'm just like, let's go into this project. Let's think about this. Let's just go here. So I don't know, but if it's working, it's working, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's working. I mean, you coming up with some really creative ideas and projects, and so yeah, gold stars all around for you for sure. And Liz, how about you? What are you up to this
Well, first, I just want to tell everyone that they should go watch Jen's video of horror movies A to Z. I got great recommendations and I highly recommend it. What am I going to do? I am going to finally do an editing project I have been intentionally ignoring, but I can no longer ignore it. So
yeah, so it's like one of those things that you're under the fire that you have to do it now, right?
Yeah,
so that adrenaline's going to kick in. How about you, Lee? What's on your agenda?
I don't know. I didn't drink. I really don't drink, but I feel like I'm hungover right now. So I feel like I need to hydrate big time.
Yeah.
Clean up my room and start planning and organizing for next week.
Awesome.
Good.
Well, I'm going to basically be working on my schedule. I didn't get to do that yesterday. I didn't get to plan on Friday, but I actually started this morning a little bit earlier. I'm doing that, and I don't know what I'm going to do next. I have stuff that I can clear the decks on my desk as well and get rid of. Or I may start looking at some page kits that I had put together a while ago and see if there's something I want to do. I did find some pictures that I had cut for a scrapbook project that I had lost in my stuff when I was at the last scrapbooking event. I found them the day before, and I almost wanted to cry tears of joy. So I may even start sketching that out, how I'm going to use that. So anyway, that's what I'm planning on doing. So we have Jamie, our Kansan reader, and she is saying, good morning. I won't be able to stay, but wanted to say hi. Well, thank you for popping in and telling us hello. And yeah, Jamie, I'm not dying over rum chata. Yes, I'm not. No. And hello, Eleanor. Hi from San Diego. I plan to organize my craft space today after my second cup of coffee. Excellent. And Lori is so quick with doing our highs. And right there with you, Lori. And this is a theme already. Okay, so I think it's nice. A lot of people are trying to get their craft areas together. I think that's fun. I like that. I think I'm feeling the inklings of wanting to be crafty, which makes me happy. So I'm glad that I also added the extra day to the event, because usually my first day at the event, it's like kind of like a half day, I feel like is a wasted day. You get everything put up and then it's just, okay, what do I do first? So I kind of feel like Wednesday will be that day, and then Thursday I can just get the ball rolling. I mean, at least that's what I'm hoping anyway. And Jamie's going to be clearing her sewing space and making a list of supplies. I still need to finish my grandson's room and shades. I have to go shopping today once the stores open. Very productive. And Swank has a lot. I got a lot on my to-do list done this week. Today I'm going to continue my self-help book. Can you tell us what the name of your self-help book is again? I have forgotten. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'm always looking. I have started writing down some titles of personal development books just because between Lori Wang that I watch and Gretchen Rubin, I've gotten some titles. So I'm interested in checking those out. And as soon as I do, then I can, share if I think they would be worthwhile or not for anybody that wants to read.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I guess we're going to go ahead into our power hour. We have 1 hour to do all that we need to do.
It won't be enough, I'm certain.
Yeah. But you know what? I find that I'm more efficient when I do a power hour like this. It's like I don't spend as much time deciding. It's like I feel like I have to get it done, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and before we go, let's see what Swank says. Embracing late adult autism. Thank you for letting us know that. And good morning, Alexis. Just on time. Going to continue reading Misery this power hour. Okay, happy power hour, everyone. Welcome back. I hope everybody was productive. The hour flew for me. And like Lori said, I could have gone on a little bit longer. So how did you do, Lori?
I did really well. I got the whole desk just looks so much better. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I recycled a bunch of paper that was in my trash can. And the only problem I had was my friend gave me one of those smaller tape guns. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she gave me a pink one with a tape refill. And I cannot get that tape refill to work right. So I think it's a bad refill some way because she had it open like she was trying to use it too. And I guess she probably just got frustrated with it and gave it to me. But I had a yellow one, the bigger ones that
Yes.
I can't find it to save my soul. So I'm going to have to, I just texted one of my kids and was like, did I give you my tape gun? I don't see it anywhere. Like it has to be here somewhere.
You don't have it tucked in like a pouch or a pocket, because that's where my pictures were. I had tucked them, I guess, to be safe when I scrapbooked, and that's where they were. I was like, I cannot believe I didn't even think to check there.
I'll have to check. It could be in my office too, I suppose, but I doubt it because I don't do a lot of taping back there. But yeah, I'll find it. Or maybe I got rid of it because she gave me the pink one. I don't know. But I think I just need to get another Scotch tape refill.
Mm-hmm. I find with scrapbooking, like unless you can order online, I find like places that used to have sections for it have kind of dwindled a little bit, and you can't get some of the quality adhesives that you used to be able to. At least that's been my experience. So, and of course, I didn't think to order anything. I have a list of things I'm gonna need to get. I have stuff, but it's like I always like to have more.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I'll be fine. I have the little ones that the tiny little ones. I have tons of those. I used to subscribe and save them, so I need to use those too. But yeah, it's just weird. Like I keep thinking, am I just looking right at it and I don't see it?
I know. Well, it drives me crazy that I feel the same way when I know that I have something and I can't find it and I can't remember what I did with it. It's like.
Yeah, absolutely. But other than that, everything
you did well.
Better. Yes. Lovely.
Very good. Very good. Gold star for you, Lori.
I know. I feel brand new.
How about you, Jen? How did you do?
I folded the laundry. I didn't put it up yet, though, because my husband was still sleeping in the bedroom. So I just, let him sleep in. So that'll happen later. I made my list. I thought I'd have 10 favorites of the year so far. I only have 6. So the video will be actually a little shorter and easier than I thought. And then I made some changes. Thank you all, Liz, anybody else who gave me some suggestions on the bingo board for Vember. I took those suggestions and I made some changes to the bingo board. And so I posted that in the Discord. If you all want to check it out and see what you think, let me know. And then I wrangled this little unexpected
your little
she appeared in our carport a few weeks ago, which we kind of get a lot of dump offs in this area.
Yeah.
So, we were not planning on adding another pet to the family, to our one dog and one cat, who are also rescues from parking lots abandoned. But when the universe gives you a cat, then you just take it. A lot of you probably know her. Her name is Karma. I always joked because of the Taylor Swift song Karma, where she has the line, "Karma is a cat purring in my lap because it loves me." I always said, well, if I get another cat, I'll name it Karma. So that is Karma.
She's sweet.
She's very
sweet.
Sassy.
Well, gold star for you, Jen. You did excellent. How about you, Liz?
Pretty good. I got 20 minutes in for the editing, which is good. So I just have about another 25 minutes to go. And then I will be done with this horrible, horrible project.
And you're going to feel 100 times better once it is off your shoulders.
You have no idea.
Well, you get a gold star because not
Thank
only
you.
did you make progress, but you're doing something that is not pleasant.
Yes.
Right.
How about you, Lee? How did you do?
I did good, but I could have definitely used another hour because I didn't realize I was that behind on stuff. So we did make good progress.
Yeah, it's very good. Gold star, all of you ladies. I did well. I didn't have much to do for next week because 3 of my days I'm not even going to be in town. So I, did my schedule for the 15th through the 21st. I ordered some stickers that I wanted to order. And then I started looking through my current catalog because they're having a sale. And I kind of tabbed some things that I might order. I'm not necessarily sure I'm going to order them, but they're having a free shipping. So I like that. If I can, take advantage of it. And it's like all kinds of sales, like 75% off on some stuff. So it's like, this is the time to do it if I need to. So I tab stuff. We'll see. And then I went ahead and started my week of 22 through the 28th because I won't be home on the weekend to plan for the following week. So I kind of laid out everything and put stuff that I know for sure, appointments that I already have planned. And I'll just have to fill in when I get back on Sunday of that week. But at least I have, stuff started on that. But that is pretty much all I did. And then I told some people hello. That came in after we got started. So Susan popped in to tell us good morning. She had a lot to do this weekend, and she was starting with working on her Mahjong website. Plus, she has to get some things ready to mail to her brothers. And then Travis popped in, and he was getting himself ready because he has a research paper to write. And then Tina popped in and told everybody hello. She was going to do some reading. And Alicia popped in to say hello. And she's going to be spending time with family today at a children's museum. So very happy that they joined. Then Mindy came in and she used the last 7 minutes of Power Hour to make coffee and give my cat some treats. That was excellent. Yeah. So Alexis got 42 pages read. So enjoyable. Have a good day to all. Travis got his coffee, looked at his assignment, and got an outline going. Very good. And Tina made it 60% in Once Upon a Broken Heart. Very nice. Is that Stephanie Garber? Is that the author of that one? I feel like I might have that book. Sounds familiar. I finished my book and started a new one. So what's the title of your new one, Swank? And is it self-help? Jamie fed her cat, started clearing the sewing table, and made her shopping list. Nice. Hello, Em. Em's been drinking coffee and mapping out the week with my hubby. Very good. Mm-hmm. Jamie listened to Chain Gang All-Stars while cleaning. Excellent. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, Chain Gang All-Stars is the Bookworm Club's book club selection for May, June. And that's the book club that I run with Alex at Frank Fiction. And we have a book club meeting for that book on the 26th of June, 7 p.m. Central Time, if anybody has been reading it and wants to attend. So, yes, people are looking at the sweet kitty cat, Miss Karma. Says your kitten is so cute. I want a gray kitty. Yes, Stephanie Garber. I have that book. I think it's in my fairy tale section, my folklore section. And then Swank is reading Navigating Adult Autism. That's the second self-help book that she's reading. Okay, well, that is awesome. So we're going to talk about intentions for the upcoming week. So mine are very easy for this week. I'm focusing strictly on scrapbook, my scrapbooking event. I'm going to prep, pack, and I'm going to produce. Those are the things that I'm going to do. Using the alliteration, those are what I'm going to do. So I'm still prepping for it. I got to pack myself up, and then when I get there, I'm going to produce some layouts. So I'll be happy to share with everybody what I get done. You see, I have to hold myself accountable now. Now, I don't want y'all to be to think you have some grand plans about how many layouts I'm going to do, because I'm slow. I'm the slowest scrapbooker on the planet. So when I usually come home and show my family what I do, they're like, that's it?
Okay.
It took me 10 hours to get this layout to look this beautiful.
It's funny.
What about you, Lori?
So first of all, I have two things. One, I realized that other tape gun is in my office because it's with my book journal. So I feel better now. I just saw it in my mind's eye. Secondly, I wanted you all to know, and I'll put it in the comments because I have to look it up. If you asked for ARCs from NetGalley or anywhere else and you want to track them, as I have not done, there is a free spreadsheet that somebody on Instagram has offered everyone. So I'll send a link if anybody's interested in that, because it's really easy. I did it really quickly, and it also shows the little photos of your books, and it's just, she did a great job on it. Michaela something, but I'll put it in the thing. So this week I have two things kind of that I want to focus on. I have 2 days off. I have Juneteenth off because I take it every year, but I also have Monday off because I'm going to New Orleans to help with the baby, because there's some things that her mama needs to do, and I don't know why she's not going to daycare, but that's fine. I don't care. I just want to hold the baby and play with her. But she's not holdable now as much because she's crawling and trying to walk. So, got her own mind. Anyway, I have a training that I need to get focused on, and I need to finish it fast because the person that asked me to do it said, I really need you to finish this training so I can assign these to you. What they are is final assessments for coaches to get their credentials. So you have to listen to their recordings, and you have to know what you're doing. And I'm being basically, I know what I'm doing, but there's a training and I need to take it in order to be able to be an assessor. So I have got to get on that this week. And then I'm trying to redo all my office files, my business files, which I have all the stuff I need. I just need to start on it. So either one or two of those things will be worked on this week. Okay,
good. You've got a pretty busy week.
I do. Yeah. And I still may take Juneteenth to do some files or something. I say I'm off work, but sometimes I'm not.
Right. I get it. But at least you're not having to see clients that day. So you won't feel like you're actually working the same way, I guess.
That's makes sense. Yeah.
You mentioned NetGalley ARCs. I just want to shout out to Coda. He did the Kindle, that big Kindle thing for May, so everybody can catch up on their Kindle stories. He's supposed to be doing NetGalley November. I'm just thinking that I don't do NetGalley or the Kindle thing, but he's such a good supporter of people that everybody has NetGalley stuff that they want to do. Just keep that in mind to look into that. So, Jen, what about you? What are your plans for the week?
I'm going to continue working on graphics and then reaching out to creators to see if they would like to co-host Vampvember with me. And then I'm going to be working on finishing reading Picnic at Hanging Rock and taking notes, getting ready for the live show. I've already talked to a couple of people about coming on the live show, and they agreed. So I just want to make sure I finish the book and get notes so we can have a productive and fun discussion. And then I also need to finish reading a library book that I have checked out that I renewed yesterday. So I have 2 more weeks, but it is From a Buick 8 by Stephen King, because that's one I haven't gotten to yet. So I'm reading that. Then I'll be packing toward the end of the week because we are going to visit my parents who live about 3.5 hours away. So they'll be packing for me. We'll be going next weekend. And, I look forward to it. But a lot of my mom has Parkinson's. So it's kind of a bittersweet time when we go. I enjoy spending time with them, but it's hard to see her physically like that, but also there's the dementia aspect. So I have to like shore up my coping skills and make sure I'm prepared mentally to be there and then to come back home and process everything.
Right. I mean, the only advice I can give about that is just love on your mom, and, you know, just whatever she wants to do kind of thing, just go with the flow with it, because, and Lori knows, Lori's dealt with it. Lee's dealing with it. You know, Liz, I'm not sure if you had a family member, but you know, when you go through it, I mean, just go through it one time, you can totally understand what another person is going through doing it for the first time. You know, so don't ever feel like you can't reach out if you need somebody to talk to about it or whatever, because it's hard. It's very hard. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. The hardest thing. Agreed. Honestly. And it's something I wouldn't wish on anyone, you know, to have to go with that, go through it. It's just a horrible situation. So I hope that you just, you know, she's going to be happy to see you. That's the thing. So, you know, you've got to realize that's the joy, that you are going to bring her a lot of joy for that time. So hopefully that can bring you some comfort to know that while you're there. Yeah. So Liz, what are you planning for the week?
Oh, I have a kind of a difficult week ahead, but one thing I have to do is I have to read a lot of Jaws scholarship that I've been putting off. So I have article upon article to read, which I should be looking forward to, but strangely I'm not. So I have to do that. I have to update a media kit, and I think I'm just going to stop there.
Is the media kit for your podcast?
It's for our website. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be one of those weeks where you're just going to have to make sure you're as efficient as possible, and then reward yourself with something fun when you finish.
We'll see.
Even if it's a small thing, you know, then that way you could feel like, okay, when I finish this, I can do X, Y, Z, and it'll maybe help a little bit.
Yeah.
So how about you, Lee?
Well, I'm going on vacation over the weekend and into next week. So I want to pack and get ready for that and just enjoy my time. Not make all these plans and then be disappointed when I don't do them for whatever reason. I want to keep up on my water, and I want to finish the Grand Canyon challenge that I'm doing right now. So I think I have like 17 plus miles left to go.
Yay. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm glad you brought up the library, Jen, because I do need to get a library book, and I have to return one. So I will have to put that on my list to do. So thank you. That's going to have to be one of my intentions. I can't do all scrapbook and stuff. Okay. So Mindy said she got through, she's about 30% into Chain Gang All-Stars now. That's awesome. Travis says his intentions are to try not to cry. Honestly, I'm extremely overwhelmed, but don't have a lot of time to breathe. I didn't get that position I applied for. So that's 5 internal jobs I've been passed on. Well, I do know that sometimes when something doesn't happen for you, this has just been my experience and the experience that I've seen with my own children and my husband, especially if it's something you really want because you're trying to get out of something that you don't really want to be in, is that it's preparing you for something much better. And I remember when Andrew was disappointed that he didn't get the Tech 2 position at his main library. And he just felt kind of bad about it because he was actually doing the job because the person had left. So he was doing his job plus the Tech 2 job. And he kind of got a little resentful because it's like, okay, I'm not getting paid more, but I'm expected to do it. And then when I apply for this job, the bureaucracy of working for the city and having to have certain, time to be in a position or whatever, I can't get that position, even though I'm qualified for it. So he didn't get it, and he was, bummed out about it. But if he would have gotten that, he wouldn't have applied for his special collections job at LSU, which turned out to be a better position for him. because he gets to even use his art history degree towards that. So I just want you to take some solace in that, Travis, that you have to realize too that you're also in school, and maybe that's why you're staying where you're at, because it allows you the flexibility to be able to work on some of your schoolwork when you need to. So I know he has more to say. I just wanted to put that out there. He has a boss from hell, and she's unbelievably complicated to work for on top of school, and just some things going in my personal life and things going in the world that feel suffocating. And I get that. But you have to look at the pros and cons of your current position. There's, you try to see if there's a way that you can disassociate from your boss, in some way. I mean, I've worked for difficult bosses too. And my main thing was to try to avoid the boss at all costs and only interact when I had to. And when I did, pretty much I flamed through the person in my brain the whole entire time. So I just figure it's a stepping stone, and it is hard because when you're like in a toxic work environment, which you're in for the majority of the day, but if you can kind of try to reframe your situation as this is temporary. I am on my way to becoming something I really want to be. And once I'm there, I'll never have to look at this awful person ever again. And the other thing too is you might end up in a situation where your boss from hell gets let go.
That happened to me.
It does happen.
So you keep in mind. And the thing about it is, I don't know how y'all's situation is with HR and stuff like that, but it's gotten to where people can't do that. They can report you to HR for anything. I mean, minor or major. So that's something else you could keep in mind. If, she's doing something that's unethical or is, harmful or whatever, you might want to consider that as well. And document. I'm a big CYA person. Learned that a long time with school. CYA, and have things in writing so that there's no misinterpretation or he said, she said kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all want to add anything to that, but
I was just going to say there is hope sometimes. We did all get together, the people I worked with, and we complained and complained. I did end up leaving for another job. I was lucky that I just stumbled into it. I didn't even apply for it, but that probably doesn't help your heart, Travis, but I think you might find that happens too. It does happen sometimes. But what was interesting is she ended up going back to work at a school with children, which we were all sort of appalled by, but she turned a whole new trajectory of her life. So I don't know if she was going through, I mean, who knows what people are actually going through, but she was doing some pretty shady, nasty, criminally, things. And she, every time I see her now, she's like, hey, and I'm like, okay, hey, who are you? Right. But I'll take it, whatever works.
Right. And the other thing too is just having a very a good support system that can process it and help you get through it and know that you're not alone, because I'm sure everyone here has dealt with an awful boss at one time or another, and you will get on the other side of it. That's the thing. It is temporary.
Yeah.
It is a temporary situation.
Yeah.
So Jamie's intentions for the week are to finish the Roman shades and ship them, then to clean and organize my sewing space, time to switch gears and get to work on a scrapbook project for my daughter. Awesome. And Chris Wildfire got some cleaning done and listened to chapter of You and Only You. The You audiobooks are so good, really sounds like Penn thought it was him. And yes, I appreciate you saying that, Jamie, to Travis. It's never fun. Here is the information about Michaela, if you want to look in at her Instagram page for the NetGalley.
Yeah.
And Susan says, I'm going to be reaching out to multiple places like churches, synagogues, retirement groups, and other places about teaching Mahjong classes. I also need to get my old car clean so I can sell it.
Yeah, great.
Very nice. Swank did NetGalley month last year. I decided to drop NetGalley. I really resent being told that I have to leave a review. Plus I'm
that's my problem too. It's a TBR, and I just get a little, defiant about that.
Yeah, I guess that's the trade-off. If they're going to send you something, that's the purpose of why they're sending it to you. M says, I've thrown intentions out the window this week as my mom had a health scare, and I want to be available if she or my dad need anything from me. I feel for you, Jen. Sending love your way.
And in love to you too, Em.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing that you can, whenever you have these stumbling blocks or roadblocks that enter your life, you have to make a decision of what can be put on the back burner until you get over them. And then what is the most important thing, especially if you have a situation where timing, like you might only have a certain amount of time. You have to really decide, how am I going to spend my time? How am I going to invest my time? Do you spend your time or invest it? That's something I got out of the Gretchen Rubin book that I'm reading, is do you spend time or invest time? And I love that, because I think sometimes we spend time, doing things that don't really benefit us a whole lot, but the investing time is like really important, if you want to achieve a goal. So I thought that was a good quote in there. Aphorism, that's what it is. It's an aphorism. And Swank said, I went through a lot taking care of my mom. And hang in there, Travis. Take time for yourself when you need it. Yeah, we do believe in you, that's for sure. Susan says, my mom is 97. I'm her sole caregiver. She doesn't have dementia or Alzheimer's, but she's very forgetful and legally blind. I know the difficulty.
Yeah.
So a lot of people there for Travis. Susan said, I'm also working on learning a new style of Mahjong, plus figure out how to promote myself on social media.
That's a great plan. Very focused, Susan.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Love that. Well, also it just shows that Susan has a passion for Mahjong, that not only is she passionate about it, but she wants to share the passion with others, which, like I have mentioned before, I've seen a Mahjong group that meets at the PJ's Coffee in River Ridge where my dad lives. And it's just so cool to see all the ladies with their little Mahjong, tiles and everything getting together, doing that. So Travis is thanking everyone, and I know that something better is coming, but these trials to get there are so hard. All I want is to get out from under my boss. She's psycho, and she audited me for not doing testing that's not due till the 25th. Like, that makes no sense. Why give me a deadline and get mad if I haven't done it yet when the deadline isn't there? Because your boss is miserable.
Yeah.
Your boss is a miserable person.
Yeah.
And when people are truly miserable, they want everybody else to be as miserable as they are. And the happier you are and the more goals that you're fulfilling and all of that, the more miserable those people want to make you. So the thing about it, it's kind of like you have a choice of how you react to it. You can, I don't know, just try to avoid as much as you can, unless there's a way that you can report her for, being a shitty person.
Have you tried to have a conversation with her? Because I had a boss who would do the same thing. The deadline would be, say, the 15th, and they would start checking in on the 1st, like, is it done? And it wound up being a case of, it was just the way this boss processed deadlines. And that's how they did it for themselves. And so their expectation was that everyone sort of functioned that way, which was not the case, at least for me. And it's hard to have those difficult conversations, but if you think it might be worthwhile, that might be something to try.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, everybody looks at deadlines differently, but I agree. I mean, if your deadline is that, then you need to adhere to that deadline.
I would think, but apparently not everyone that way.
Yeah. It's like, well, then at that point, I guess if a person say they gave you the 25th, but in their mind, it's really the 20th, maybe that's, you could flip flop or figure out a way to do it, but who knows? I mean, that might not even work.
Yeah.
So now I'm crying. So I guess I failed my intentions, but I believe crying is good for the soul.
Yes,
so I just
it
need to
is.
get it out. Thanks, y'all. Won't be able to do any of this without y'all. And the thing is you didn't fail your intentions.
No.
You didn't fail at all. I mean, you are experiencing a stumbling block. You can't fail something if something gets in the way of whatever you're supposed to be doing. So I don't want you to think of yourself as being a failure. And
Travis, you're only a few hours away from me in North Alabama. I'm down here in South Alabama. Get yourself down here. Let's go out. Let's go downtown. Let's go clubbing. I'm 50. I can do it. Let's do it. Come on, Travis. Come on. Bring your husband. We'll have a good old time. Come on.
Maybe
right.
a little bit of great playing around with a little gray kitty might also be some nice.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, karma could be like a support kitty for you.
Yes.
But
yes.
I agree with Lori on this. Crying is cathartic. I mean, I've told y'all before, I'm like Holly Hunter in broadcast news. There are times when I just cry it out and I feel so much better. I mean, my eyes are swollen and my nose is stuffy, but just a good old-fashioned cry.
Yeah.
Just to get it out. It's almost
Cleansing.
like releasing toxins when you do it.
It is almost like
100%.
that.
Yeah. Well, so you'll have to just try something else, Travis. You'll have to try something else. Just you have to keep going on and on and on because the only other option is you to quit and you don't have anywhere to go at this point. So unless you want to be doing some other kind of a job in the interim, you're going to have to figure out a way to deal with her. Maybe there's something you can watch after you deal with her that will make you laugh afterwards, or listen to some kind of music.
Yeah,
that's
music.
happy
Music does it for me. Yeah.
Happy music, or some kind of like motivational, I don't know, whatever kind of song that would get you into a joyful place. Because if you can't leave and no one can come to help with that, then you have to have some coping mechanisms there.
What if it's watch movies or read books where people take revenge on their evil bosses?
Like Horrible Bosses with Jason Bateman. I'm telling you, watch Horrible Bosses with Jason Bateman. It's
yes, indeed.
And just picture her every time they do something to the horrible boss. I'm not advocating doing anything in real life. This is fictional. This is how we cope. But I mean, that's how I cope with certain things sometimes. I just imagine certain people and certain situations.
Yeah. I mean, no one ever gets harmed in real life from the flamethrowing that I do.
Exactly.
But I am very satisfied in my mind. I smile and walk away.
Yeah.
I put on a mask for people. I use humor to make it through. I don't typically like people seeing my struggle, but I can take my mask off around y'all, and that means the world to me.
That's making me tear up.
I know.
But we're here for you. That's what we're here for. We're here for you. Sometimes you have to cry things out, but you get a dopamine burst afterwards. Self-care and self-love are important when you're overwhelmed. And that's the thing you got to realize, that it has nothing to do with you, Travis. You can't take what this woman is doing personally to you because it has nothing to do with you. It's just you happen to be in the line of fire. It doesn't make it right. I'm not taking up for her, but her life is so miserable and so terrible that that's where you got to look at yourself and say, I have something that this person wants.
Happiness, a partner, future, goals. They don't have any of that, and they're miserable. That's it.
Yeah. So when you can kind of figure that out to them, it's almost like you start feeling sorry for them because you feel sorry for the fact that they're so far gone in their own pity party and their miserable life that, I don't know, sad.
Well, and I saw earlier he commented that she said, "I'm not here to be liked." And when you said that, Travis, I thought to myself, you probably were there to be liked and it didn't work out. And now you're just being a bitch because because you aren't being liked and you're miserable. So yeah, I mean, who would say that to their employees? I'm not here to be liked. It's like,
yeah. No, I mean, I can honestly say I understand because the person that I work for, the administrator I worked for at my last school, and that's why I left a year earlier than I wanted to. She was just horrible. Like she is what I would classify as an evil person. An evil, like truly evil. And the irony is she was the administrator of a Catholic school. How she didn't burst into flames on a daily basis was amazing to me, because like there were times where I really wanted to douse her in holy water.
Yeah.
Just to see if she would sizzle. Yeah, I'm telling you, Travis, believe me, I've been there, done that with the evil spawn. And I walked away. I was like, I'd rather go out and dig a ditch than have to deal with her anymore. I don't know. The school had to go through it. She's not there anymore. And not one person was sad when she walked out the door. People were cheering in the aisles. Probably the worst thing that could have happened was they thought she was not going to be coming back. And she announced that she wasn't because she didn't get her contract renewed. And then something happened. And this is where I say CYA is important, documentation. I think the person didn't do their documentation and we think she lawyered up. And then she was back like 2 days later. And I can tell you, when she sent that email to people with her little title, "I'm back," I could hear it in my voice.
I know.
Yeah.
No.
And that to me was like, oh, thank you that I am not there, because I think I would have like pillow therapy.
Yeah, it's not a terrible idea, or coaching, or I mean, she needs coaching probably, but yeah.
Yes, she was. I mean, just awful. So I understand, Travis, been there and have dealt with it. And that, I mean, I have not met many evil people in my life, but she was truly an evil person.
Yeah.
And Susan agrees. Document. We won a lawsuit against my husband's employer, which was a state university, all because our documentation was stellar. The state attorney general begged us to settle out of court.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. That was well done, Susan. I'm telling you, you're rocking it.
CYA does make a big difference.
Yeah.
So my intentions for this week is to finish uploading my writing to Google Docs, trying to do digital with that. I didn't finish last week, and got at least 3 workouts. Very good.
That's great.
I mean, anytime you get a workout in, that's great.
Yes.
And then virtual hugs. And passion. It's a way I can make some extra money, which is needed. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, yeah.
I have so many conversations with her. She just laughs it off every time, being like, "Yeah, I know, but I'm not here to be liked." Yeah.
And just let her know. She's achieved her goal. Excellent. Good for you.
Yeah. And honestly, Travis, like, you're making these big moves. You're going back to school. It's entirely possible that she may have amped up because she's jealous.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We had a lady at work that she was horrible to everybody. And she was like, I'm leaving my husband within a year. I'm going to have marriage proposals lined up. I'm turning 50. I'm going to be fit, free, fabulous, and 50. So on her 51st birthday, I was like, well, you turned 50 because you're miserable. And your husband that you left, he found a girlfriend immediately, went on to be happy. He's been with her ever since. She didn't get fit. She's miserable. And, now she's 63. So
that's right.
She's, and that's it. It's just the case of being miserable. She, like Liz says, she's jealous of you. You're well liked. You have a lot going on. You have a great personality, and she hates seeing that. So it's not even that you're just being you, and she just hates that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Miserable people. I'm letting her negativity fuel me to get through school as motivation to get it done and get out of there. Maybe that's her purpose. Maybe that is her purpose, to keep you motivated.
Maybe.
Never know. The universe is funny about how the universe does things for people.
Yeah, and you just keep moving on, Travis. You keep moving on for spite. That's fine, but also doing this for yourself. But sometimes a little bit of spite and like, oh yeah, well look what I can do. That is a good motivator.
Mm-hmm. And Swank said this week I'm going to keep working on my to-do list. Excellent. Oh, you just a chat hog. What can we say, Travis? And Horrible Bosses is good, both of them. Maybe you should watch that, Travis, and get a good laugh. Oh yeah, Horrible Bosses to me was hilarious. I don't think I didn't see the second one, I don't believe, but the first one I think is funny. Yeah, I flamethrow people, Jamie. I also put them in a big, huge rubber band thing and fling them out into space. And then I do practice pillow therapy in my brain as well. So those are my 3 go-tos, depending on who the person is and how physical I want to get with them. Yeah. If I really want to cram something in the face, I'll get like the pillow. You know,
I'll put their name in a jar and put it in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a fantastic GIF or whatever that of this guy in like a fire hazmat suit or whatever, fire retardant suit, and he's just flamethrowing. Mm-hmm. I envision myself as that.
Yeah.
Playing some really good like heavy metal music as I'm flamethrowing.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I love it.
Oh. Just have to, it's a coping mechanism. And then also too, I do sing show tunes. I don't know if anybody else does that. My son Barry this week even told me I am going to, but he didn't call it show tunes. He called it something else. He's like, I'm going to record you when you are singing, because I go through the house and I sing my frustrations out, you know. It's just that's the only way I can cope with certain situations. And then I talk to myself.
Words too. I make up new words.
I do. Well, I do. Like, I cannot stand doing this one more minute of my life.
Yeah.
And then I do that. So I can get through. Yeah. My guys think I am crazy. And being the only female in the house, it's like they're not 100% like. They try to be helpful, but you know, guys don't understand the same way.
No,
it's true.
So Travis is on a team of 6 that always caught up and does my job, but for some reason, those who do the best tend to get treated the worst, and that is also true. Yes. I find that if you're really good at your job, you get dumped on.
Yes,
and and they're the people that. It's because I had a principal one time told me that my 85%, like I went to him, I feel like I'm only given 85% of my job. I don't feel like I can get to everything. Oh, don't what you worry about. Your 85% is another person's 100%. I'm like, what? Like, that's not helpful.
No.
I don't want to know that you're okay with somebody not doing a good job. Yeah, get some holy water. Yeah, let a snake loose in the office. Doesn't have to be poisonous. Yeah, just keep swimming. Yeah. I like the spotlight. What can I say? Y'all like me? You really like me?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, little spite works wonders. I love the scene from Lilo and Stitch where she has the stick people in the pickle jar shaking it, and she's like, these are my enemies.
There you go.
Yeah. I told you, Travis, I have a voodoo doll. Nobody takes me up on it. I'm totally willing to try. Yes, look, you see, good ideas. Okay, so friends, I want to let y'all know that I will be out of town, and I have decided that I think I'm not going to pre-film. So I hope that is okay with everyone. I didn't consult with you lovely ladies, but I just think that if anybody needs Power Hour, we have 15 episodes that y'all can rewatch any of those to get your Power Hour. And we all that have been here every week know the drill. So you know that you could do your own power hour. Y'all are amazing enough to do that. So I just think that would be easiest for me because my week is kind of jam-packed. I just don't know when I'd be able to pre-film that.
And good on you, Kat, for practicing that self-care and not pushing yourself to pre-film.
Yes.
Gold star, Kat.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. I appreciate that. Because I did. I went back and forth, trying to look at my calendar. And I'm like, it's like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to fit this in. So anyway, I just want everybody to realize that. And if you don't see anything, that is the reason. It's not that I forgot. It's just I've made an executive decision.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you deserve it. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what I want to do. I just want to focus on the scrapbooking without having any other things going on it. Mike says that means I can sleep in next Saturday.
Yes.
You can. Yeah.
Yes.
All in what you can do. Okay. Well, I appreciate you ladies being here. It was awesome having everyone together. This weekend. And I appreciate everyone that attended today. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend and a wonderful week ahead. And don't let people get under your skin because you're allowing that if they get under your skin. So don't allow them to do that. Only you can allow it. And flame throw them a little bit if you need.
Exactly. Send their names to me. I'll fix them up. I'll have their names in jars, might write their names on toilet paper and then use it. So whatever you need.
On that note, everyone, thank you so much. And until we see each other again, have a fantastic Saturday. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.